So, Leo, I want to ask you something personal. If you're having a really hard time mentally, how would you tell a friend in English?
Hmm, I think I'd say I'm very stressed. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
And that is exactly what 90% of English learners say. And it's not wrong, but it's also not the most natural or effective way to express what you're actually feeling.
Wait, really? I've been saying I'm stressed for years. Are you telling me that's not right?
I'm telling you, it's a bit like using the same spice on every single dish. Sure, it works sometimes, but when you really want to communicate something deeper, you need different words. And today, we're going to talk about 3 expressions that will completely change how you talk about mental health in English. By the end of this episode, when a friend asks how you're doing, you'll have the exact words to tell them honestly and sound natural doing it.
I need this. Let's do it.
All right. So let's start with the first expression. I've been feeling overwhelmed. Say it with me, Leo.
I've been feeling overwhelmed.
Good. Now notice, we didn't say I am overwhelmed. We said I've been feeling. This is the present perfect continuous tense. And why is this important? Because it communicates that this is not a one-time thing. It's something that has been happening over a period of time. It gives weight to what you're saying.
Oh, so I'm stressed. Sounds like right now, this moment, but I've been feeling overwhelmed. Sounds like this has been going on for a while.
Exactly. And that small difference makes people take you more seriously. Let me give you a real example. Imagine you're at work and your coworker asks, "Hey, how's it going?" Now, if you say I'm stressed, they might think, "Okay, busy day, no big deal." But if you say, "To be honest, I've been feeling really overwhelmed with the project deadline this week," now they know this is serious. They understand you need support.
That makes so much sense, and I can hear the difference. I'm stressed almost feels like complaining, but I've been feeling overwhelmed feels like I'm sharing something real.
You nailed it, Leo. And here's a common mistake that Spanish speakers especially make, and I see this with Mandarin speakers too. They translate directly from their language and say, "I have a lot of stress." In English, that's grammatically possible, but it sounds like you're talking about a physical object that you're carrying. Native speakers almost never say that. We say, "I've been feeling really stressed out," or "I feel overwhelmed." So trust me when I say this one phrase will make you sound immediately more natural.
I'm writing this down. I've been feeling overwhelmed. Okay, Maya, give me another one, because I know there's more.
There is definitely more. Now let's talk about something even more sensitive. How do you tell someone you're seeing a therapist? In many cultures, this is a very private thing to share. But in American English, especially in the last 5 to 10 years, the way we talk about therapy has changed completely. It's becoming more normal, more accepted, and the words we use reflect that.
Okay, so what should I say? Because if I ever had to tell a friend, I would probably say, I go to a psychologist. That sounds so formal, doesn't it?
It does sound formal, and it also sounds a little clinical. Native speakers usually say, "I'm seeing a therapist," or "I've started therapy." Let me give you an example. Imagine you're catching up with a friend over coffee. They say, "You seem different lately. Are you okay?" A natural response is, "Yeah, actually, I'd been seeing a therapist for a few months. It's been really helpful."
Wow, that's so honest, and it doesn't sound weird at all.
Exactly. Now, here's something interesting. The word therapy by itself is powerful, but a lot of learners from Arabic speaking backgrounds, for example, sometimes say "I'm doing treatment" instead of "I'm in therapy." And that's because in some languages, the same word covers medical treatment and psychological counseling. But in English, treatment usually refers to medical procedures. Therapy is the word we use for mental health, so make that switch and you'll sound much more accurate.
So I'm in therapy. That's the phrase.
That's the phrase. And here's one more expression around this topic. If you're not ready to say the full sentence, you can say, "I'm working on myself." This is a beautiful, gentle way to say you're investing in your mental health without having to explain everything.
I love that. I'm working on myself. That's so simple but so meaningful.
Now, here's the part that surprises most people. We're going to talk about burnout. And Leo, this word is everywhere in American workplace culture right now, but most English learners don't know how to use it naturally in conversation. What does burnout mean to you?
I think burnout is when you're so exhausted from work or life that you just can't do anything anymore. Like you're completely empty.
That's a perfect definition. Burnout is not just being tired, it's emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. And the way native speakers use this word is important. We say I'm burnt out or I'm experiencing burnout. But we almost never say I have a burnout. That's a really common mistake from German speakers and French speakers, especially. In English, burnout is not something you have like a cold. It's something you are or something you're experiencing.
So, not I have burnout. Instead, I'm burnt out.
Yes. Let me give you two real world examples. First scenario, a friend texts you and says, "Do you want to hang out this weekend?" And you're completely exhausted from work. You can say, "Honestly, I'm feeling pretty burnt out. I think I just need to rest this weekend." Second scenario, you're talking to your manager in a one on one meeting. You can say, "I've been feeling signs of burnout lately. Could we talk about adjusting my workload?" That's professional, honest, and very natural.
Okay, that second one is brave, but it sounds so professional. A lot of learners would be afraid to say that.
And that's exactly why we're teaching it. Because using the right words gives you confidence, and it helps reduce the stigma. That's one of the things we're trying to do in this episode. Mental health conversations in English are becoming more open, and if you have the vocabulary, you can participate in those conversations with confidence.
I want to practice all of these. Can we do a quick practice round?
Absolutely, and I want you, the listener, to try this too. Say it out loud. Don't just think it. Okay, Leo, I'm going to give you a situation, and you respond using one of our phrases. Situation 1. Your friend notices you look tired and asks if everything's okay. Go.
Yeah, I've been feeling overwhelmed with everything lately. Work, life, it's a lot.
Perfect. That was natural. Now, situation 2. Someone asks why you've been a little distant recently. You want to share that you're in therapy.
Hi, I've actually started seeing a therapist. I'm working on some stuff. It's been really good.
Excellent. And situation 3. Your coworker invites you to a party, but you've had a brutal week.
I'd love to, but I'm honestly burnt out. I need a quiet weekend. Rain check?
Perfect. Rain check, that's a bonus expression. That means let's do it another time. You sounded completely native in all three responses.
Okay, but I need to say something. A few minutes ago, I thought I'm stressed was the only way to talk about this. And now I have 3 different expressions that all feel more real. That's amazing.
And that's exactly why we do this show. Because English isn't about knowing all the words in the dictionary, it's about knowing the right words for the right moment. Today we gave you 3. I've been feeling overwhelmed, I'm seeing a therapist, or I'm working on myself and I'm burnt out. Use these and you'll not only sound more natural, you'll also be able to have real honest conversations about things that matter.
Now, before we go, I have one more question. Is it okay to say these things in a professional setting? Like, can I tell my boss I'm burnt out?
Great question. In American workplace culture, yes, but you need to be smart about how you say it. If you say I'm burnt out without any context, it can sound like you're complaining. But if you say I've been feeling some signs of burnout and I want to maintain my productivity, can we talk about prioritizing my tasks? Now you sound proactive, not negative. That's a key cultural difference. In the US, it's becoming more accepted to talk about mental health, but we still value solutions, not just problems.
Good point. So it's not just what you say, it's how you frame it.
Exactly. And that brings me to something I want to leave you with. Today's rule. When talking about mental health in English, move from vague to specific. Don't just say I'm stressed. Say how you feel, overwhelmed, burnt out, struggling. And don't be afraid to say you're working on yourself. That honesty, that's what builds real connection in English.
I love that. And honestly, this episode made me feel like I can actually talk about these things now. Thank you, Maya.
You're welcome, Leo. And thank you, listener. If this episode helped you, please hit subscribe. We have a new episode every single day. Real English, real conversations. And we want you to be part of this community. So go ahead, leave a comment, tell us one phrase from today that you're going to try using this week. We read every single one.
And remember, talking about mental health is brave. Doing it in a new language, that's even braver. We're proud of you for being here.
See you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.